Now, I believe it's really important these days to talk about AI and artificial intelligence and the impact of that. Now, in your talk, you mentioned that there was a lot of investment in AI, and that can be thought of as an intangible asset for the firms investing in AI technology. How do you think it's going to impact on, first, what impact is it going to have on our productivity and our living standards? And how well are we doing in measuring the impact of AI?
My favourite example of AI is the Google Cats project, where Google, this is a big complicated project, Google gave the computer the job of teaching itself to recognise a cat. Now, of course, what's interesting is 2-year-old kids can recognise a cat, but a computer can't do it, or more accurately, a computer finds it very hard. If it sees something with 4 legs, the computer doesn't know whether it's a table or a 4-legged animal. If it then sees a cat with a 4-legged item with fur on it, it doesn't know whether it's a cat or whether it's a dog or whether it's a lion or a tiger. So this is a very big project. And the way I think about it in terms of, Kevin, what we were just talking about, is in the end what Google managed to do is they developed very, very fast cutting-edge hardware, so that's a tangible asset. They wrote incredible software, that's another intangible asset, which they ran on the fast hardware. And then what did that software do? It interrogated a database, the database being lots and lots of pictures of cats as opposed to leopards, as opposed to tables. That's another intangible asset as well. So I think one way of thinking about artificial intelligence is that it's this extraordinary fusion of both the tangible and the intangible. Now, Kevin, to your question about how well we measure it, again, going back to what we were saying earlier on, if you go and ask Google or Apple, all these software companies, about how many computers they've got, they kind of know how to answer all of that. If you then go and ask them about what software they've got, that's a bit more of a head scratcher, but they often have teams of software writers who are writing all of this stuff, so they might be able to give you a stab at some estimated cost of that. If you then go and ask them about the value of their databases, then we're all at sea at that point, I think, because the value, especially to these information-intensive companies, of having a gigantic database with gazillions of pictures of cats and gazillions of pictures of tables is an enormous valuation, especially for this kind of project. And that's much harder to value as well. So we're still trying to develop techniques to try and get at that. So again, it's very resonant to firms. They completely understand that this is the source of their competitive advantage, but our measurement methods need to run along a little bit to catch up with all of that.